friends, it's Jacqueline here. In today's video I'm bringing you a review, demo, swatches, and these two eye looks using the brand new McGrath Mothership Mega Celestial Odyssey palette. But before we get started, and if you're new here, I hope that you can give me that opportunity and subscribe to my channel. Make sure you ring that post notification bell so you don't miss any of my uploads, and come and follow me on my Instagram. And now, if you want to know all the details about this new holiday palette from McGrath, then just keep on watching. I'm so ready to play with this new McGrath Mothership Mega Celestial Odyssey palette. This palette is part of McGrath Holiday 2021 collection, which is massive. The collection is huge, and this palette arrived about 2 weeks ago or a week and a half ago. It was available at McGrath website. I think it's still available there. Most likely it's gonna come to Sephora. I will be leaving all the details of my makeup, the products that I will be showing today, on the description box below for your convenience and where you can get this palette. But honestly, I didn't remember from last year that indeed the holiday 2020 collection from McGrath was massive. And the first thing that launched was her mega palette last year. But this year, when the launch occurred of supposedly the entire holiday 2021 collection, I was like, why is only this available? What happened with the quads? What happened with the highlighter? What happened with the rest? And then I'm like, okay, well, it seems like it's just this. And to be honest with you, if the entire holiday 2021 collection was launched that day, most likely I wouldn't have purchased this palette. And there's nothing against or wrong about it, but I'm trying to be a little bit more selective with what I, enter into my makeup collection, because I have so many products that it's gonna be impossible for me to finish them all. And I have declutter, give away, donate, so many of them, and still I have a ton. So we just still have to do, a declutter video or organization video or something like that. But anyhow, friends, to what you came for right here, this beauty. Honestly, when I saw it in person, I was like even more impressed, because I remember last year palette, I didn't pick it up. The reason, I even have a video about it, why I wasn't gonna pick it up, and I didn't because I already had 12 of the 18 shades, but I was able to see it in person at Sephora. It looked very pretty, but it looked very flimsy as terms of packaging. While this one right here, I think it looks a lot better. It looks a little bit more substantial, even the thickness of it, the way that it's presented. I mean, it's still carton. It's not a Mothership palette as we know, the lacquer packaging, but this packaging is really nice, sturdy. And let me just open it up right here for you. This palette has a shelf life of 12 months and it's made here in USA, which is different than the Mothership palettes. Those are made in Italy. And as you can tell, there's a nice size mirror right here. Also, there's a couple of strings right here that help at holding the mirror. Not really that much, but I mean, somewhat. It's fine. I really like kind of like this trim right here, indentation. It makes the palette look a little bit more, I shouldn't say substantial, but a little bit more luxe, a little bit more, to McGrath style. And then on the back, you have the name of each of the eyeshadows. Now, what I have noticed right here, so this palette we receive a ton of shimmer shades and not that many matte shades. I mean, in fact, there's only 4 matte shades in here. So what about if we start with swatches and then let's play around with this palette. Saturn Sunset, Rose Venus, Gold Galaxy, Noir Moon. Oh my gosh, look at that shade. This for a deep smoky eye look is gorgeous. It has a little bit of blue in it. Black, blue. Oh my gosh, that's a gorgeous shade. Bronze Nova, Nocturne, Galactic Glow. Wow. Sunrose Amber, Lotus Lux, Lunar Haze, Electric, Heavenly Body. Bronze Eclipse, Solar Fair, Nirvana, Corrupt Copper, Palladium Citrine Envy. Wow, wow, wow. I think the colors in here are super pretty. They're beautiful. This teal blue shade, stunning. The green one is beautiful. Love this shade right here. Love this shade. I mean, we have a little bit of everything right here, but honestly it looks like a very wearable palette. And yes, you have mostly they are metallic shades, a few mattes, and then this shade right here, this is called Solar Flare. It's more like a satin shade. It doesn't have that spark of the other ones. I think that is the only formulation right here that is very different from the other formulas that we see on this palette right here. Okay, let's start with an eyeshadow. Refer 27 brush, and I'm going to the shade Solar Flare. It is a lovely satin shade. Refer 16 brush, and I'm going to the shade Sunrose Amber, and I'm applying this shade on the outer V. Smith 253 brush and the shade Nirvana. I have to try this blue right here, and I'm applying it completely dry. Smith 253 brush and the shade Bronze Nova. I'm gonna apply this shade in between that blue shade and the matte shade. Just kind of like transition it. I feel that I need to deepen out my outer V, so I'm gonna go with the shade Nocturne. Oh yeah. Ooh, this shade is awesome. Refer 02 brush and the shade Sunrose Amber, and I'm taking this shade on my lower lash line. Sonia G Flat Definer and the shade Nocturne, and I'm applying it very close also to the lower lash line. Refer 23 brush and the shade Galactic Glow, and I'm taking it on my inner corner. I just applied a little bit of mascara, eyeliner, and now let's go for the second look. So I'm gonna go with Sonia G Classic Crease and the shade Saturn Sunset, and I'm gonna take it above the crease. Now these eyeshadows, they do have a lot of pigmentation, and I'm taking a little bit of this same shadow and applying it a little bit on the outer V. Sonia G Soft Shader, and going to the shade Bronze Nova, and I'm taking this shade. Oh, so gorgeous. Middle of the eyelid towards the end. Now to me this shade really doesn't need to be wet, but it just has a gorgeous flip between a bronze and a soft baby pink. It's just so pretty. Smith 253 brush and the shade Citrine Envy, and I'm applying it completely dry, inner portion of the eyelid until it meets with that other shade. Oh my gosh, that's so beautiful. Refer 16 brush, and I'm going to the shade Nocturne, and I'm taking this shade and applying it on the outer V. Refer 02 brush and the shade Saturn Sunset, and I'm taking this shade and applying it on my lower lash line. Sonia G Flat Definer in the shade Nocturne, and I'm just taking it on my lower lash line and deepen it out. Refer 23 brush, and let's go to the shade Lunar Haze. I'm applying it on my inner corner. Going with the shade Galactic Glow, and I'm taking it on my brow bone. completely done with the eye looks right here. I went a little bit more bold just because I wanted to really showcase the blue and the green shades. But let me tell you about this palette right here. I think it's such a wearable palette. Yes, wearable. If you are to cover this middle section right here and just, I mean, I forgo also the green one. You see this pinwheel right here? I mean, that's an everyday look. This right here will work to make it a little bit more deeper. I really enjoy too the variety of formulations that she's giving us on this palette, because you have her metallic shades, which are stunning, her matte shades that are super pigmented, that by the way, I will highly suggest to go lightly because they do have a lot of pigmentation, which means that it will work for various skin tones. I didn't found any fallout, but myself, I usually tap gentle and then tap the brush so I can get it, you know, any excess of product away before going into my eyes, and that's what I will suggest. Again, I didn't found any fallout. The metallics, they work amazing. As you were able to tell, I apply them without any mixing medium, and the pigmentation, the payoff, that foil, you know, like reflectiveness is there. So stunning. And then this formulation right here, when I swatched it, I'm like, okay, this looks a little bit lackluster just on this one right here. But it's a very interesting formula because it's a hybrid between a matte and a satin shade that it actually gives a beautiful aura to the eyelid. So if you use it as a base like I did on this eye look, you're gonna love it. I think this palette is so versatile. You get your neutral tones, you get some warm tones too. You can get very playful right here, as you were able to tell, with the green and the blue shade, but you also get cool tones, your smoky eye look. I mean, imagine New Year's Eve, this shade right here with this, a combination between this and this. Oh my gosh, I cannot wait to actually try it because it looks amazing. Like we know Pat McGrath, she's all about golds and pinks, and yes, she's giving us a little bit of pink right here, pink right here, pink right here, yes, and yes, her gold is right here. I mean, if you haven't been able to get any of her Mothership palettes, because I mean, they are expensive, they are $125, I think this is a great value. Yes, you're not getting her astral shades, those, you know, mesmerizing glittery shades that she has. But if you want the great quality from Pat McGrath, you have it right here on a beautiful packaging. I think it's gorgeous. I honestly like the pink one better, not in terms of the quality. I like this quality, this component a lot better. It looks more Pat McGrath, more luxe than the one from last year, but I just like the pink. And I mean, she tends to go very ornate, which I don't mind. I think it's, you know, it's Pat McGrath no matter what. If I will have to say what you would have done different from this palette, I think 2 more matte shades. Instead of giving us 18, you know, shades, if she would have given us 20 and give us 2 other matte shades, that would have been great, because the only shade that I have right here to really deepen out my outer V is this brown shade, which I'm happy it is a true brown shade, more neutral in tone, because usually she gives us a lot of brown that have a little bit of burgundy or true burgundy in them, which I love, and they look very beautiful on the eyelids. But I think if she would have give us just 2 more matte shades, that would have been great. But nonetheless, this palette is amazing, and honestly, to me, this palette is kind of like a continuation of the Mothership 4 palette, the Decadence palette. This one right here is in the Star Wars, you know, packaging, but this palette, it has been perhaps the most colorful palette. You have blue, navy, this kind of like it's a green tone with the taupe, then this taupe aubergine right here, her classical gold, beautiful silver right here. But all of these eyeshadows, none of them are the astral shades. So this is the only Mothership palette that we know as of right now that doesn't have astral shades. So I really think that this big old palette right here is truly a continuation of this palette right here. It's not like repeated, like you're not getting the same shades, but I think you can see kind of like the inspiration right there. So if you were not able to get this beauty right here, this palette, whether in this packaging or not. I think, you know, this one, it's actually of a better value. I mean, you're getting so much product in here. To me, Pat McGrath with this palette, she's like, here you go, slap on the face. For those like me, Jacqueline, that we were so upset about the last year 18 pan palette because she repeated 12 shades from the Star Wars collection. She's like, here you go, this is the palette, right? This is what you need. Indeed, this is what I need for like morning time. Take me to the evening, take me to be playful, take me to party time. I mean, she's given us all right here. I'm just so impressed of the quality. I really love the packaging a lot more than last year, because last year was also carton, but it wasn't as, you know, like I don't know, it felt a little bit more flimsy. This one is not super, it's not heavy weighted, but it just looks a little bit more, you know, the construction of it, it's a lot better to my humble point of view. Like even with this trim right here, I just feel that it looks a little bit more, again, more Pat McGrath. If I would recommend it, absolutely, 100%. I'm happy with my purchase. I know that I'm like, where I'm gonna put it, because right now I'm drowning in makeup, and I know like we just started getting, you know, the holiday collection. In fact, I'm gonna be reviewing the rest of the holiday collection from Pat McGrath, so don't worry, as soon as that comes, I will make sure I, you know, do my best to put up a review for you guys. But yeah, I'm just really happy. This is such a good palette. So I mean, I will be leaving where to find it on the description box below. We know already Sephora VIP sale is coming, so if you want to wait until it appears there and then get it with, you know, your discount, I mean, I will keep you posted about all of that, new sales coming out too on my Instagram. And also, if you're subscribed to my channel and you have your post notification bell on, I also go ahead and communicate with you guys through my community tab. So anyhow, friends, I would love to know from you. You were one of the ones that you're like, whatever, I'm just gonna pick up this palette right here. And have you already tried it? Is it in your wish list? What do you think about it? Let's just continue the conversation on the comment section down below. And while you're at it, and if you haven't done so yet, I hope that you can give me that opportunity and subscribe to my channel. Make sure you ring the post notification bell so you don't miss any of my uploads, and come and follow me on my Instagram. If you like this video, do not forget to give it a thumbs up. Also share with family and friends. And until the next time, I hope you have a beautiful, wonderful day. Bye!